Well, hey, everybody. Hi there. So this is Baker coming live from the 10th Avenue Pub, my little pub in my house. If you would, like, subscribe, share if you can. I really, really would appreciate it. Um, so I see everybody kind of in here. We got Kay. I'm new. My mouse didn't come. Jack Stud, Kevin, Warren Bearded, Finance Breed, Bishop. Hopefully everything's going through on your end. I was talking to Amber in the back, so hey Jacob, how you doing? I don't think I missed anybody. Hopefully not, but I need this wireless mouse better. So this page is going to be just basically we're going to talk about comps. We're going to talk about beard clubs. Of course, we'll talk about product, but I'm not a reviewer. I'm leaving that to the professionals. Hey, True North Brewer, and I leave that to the professionals. Of course, we're going to talk product, what we like, what we don't like, and stuff like that. But um, time to time, we're going to have a guest, and see what's going on. So, I got a question for the chat. What are you sipping on? I'm sipping on some H2O in my new Bucky's cup. That thing's heavy, ice and water. But I'd be interested in what everybody else is. If I do this later on that night or something like that, it may be adult beverages. But everything I've done about the comps and stuff like that, we're going to get it from the Bearded Calendar. It just has everything on there. Of course, my guest, which I'll be bringing on here. She has loads of information about this stuff too, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll bring her on here, and we'll get rolling.
Hello, everyone.
There's Amber.
Hello, hello.
If you guys haven't, please go like, subscribe. Sundays she goes on, does her Amber paper. So please, she does a ton of information, and we want to get her out there, which she's out there. Everybody knows Amber. So the reason I brought Amber on, that kind of in the community here, I got all my information from Amber. She's been helping me a lot, and it's amazing what that newspaper does with all the links and everything like that, and it's great. So basically, that's how we're going. Hey, Frankie J. Hey, Tara. So the beard comp world is a little bit different. It's I know Brewer has been to a few. I know Dino has been to a few, and it it's like a group of friends getting together and just raising some money for charities. There's there's clubs that hold them all around the United States and across the seas. It's pretty nice. If I think if you look up the worlds, you'll see a lot of different clubs in there. Um, they usually wear shirts or something like that. A big one in the industry is Taxi Phil, which I'm reaching out to him. He holds a lot. He does a lot of the MC work. So I know Amber and Kev, you're thinking about Worlds still.
Maybe if I can talk him into it. We'll see. Oh, wait. Hey, guys, I'm going to show you this. It's on my phone because he'll probably kill me, but he's not in here to stop me from showing this picture. So earlier I was doing his beard and stuff, and I was like floofing it out. Okay. So that's what I did. I don't know if you can see that. I'll have to like post it.
Oh,
Like I floofed it out, guys.
yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I was having fun. So I was like, can I take a picture of
Hey,
it?
Robert Allen.
I'll do something with it later. So that's great.
That's pretty cool. So today I noticed so many shows on today too. Of course, please, Santa Tom is right after. So please, that Santa content that he's doing, he's amazing. Thought
A
it was
peacock, yes.
a peacock.
I'm gonna have to do something fun with that one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, for Taxi Phil, I met him in Ghent, West Virginia. He was hosting it. That was my first ever comp that I went to. Now I did online ones, which are very nice to kind of dip your toe in, but in person it's different. I remember I didn't really know anybody there. I knew Chris Hall, and he's the one that got me down there. And I went down with a buddy of mine, Q, that was on Cajuns, running with the pack. And I woke up. We did a meet and greet when we got there, and I woke up, and there's a creek that they use for the ski resort to make snow during the winter, and it was just there. There was a bench. I was sitting there just trying to take in everything, and people just started coming up to me and just saying hello and just basically making me feel good that hey, yeah, this is my first time. I don't really know anybody here, but we got to talking, and it just makes you feel comfortable. The whole community makes you feel comfortable, just like these chats. Hey, frickin' frack, how you doing? And it's amazing, this community. I know, like I said, Amber, she don't know me. She knows me from the chats, and and she helps me out so much. It's simple thumbnail and advice, and coming on here. So I don't know if there's any questions out there to anybody. I'm going to dive deeper into the comp world, but like I said, what's that?
I said the more you do it, the easier it'll get. I promise.
I don't know if I froze or not. Yeah. But they know all the information. If you don't know Chris Hall, like he, he works all year, and a lot of them to do this comp for 3 days, 4 days, 2 days. I can't imagine what the Mad Viking holds. And I popped the screen here. Hopefully you can hear me. I guess my internet stinks. But Mad Viking's been playing this for 2 years. I mean, getting the event, they have to submit and stuff like that for Worlds to hold it. So it's big business and charity. I don't know, did I miss somebody coming in? I don't think I did. But if I did, I'm sorry. Thank you for all being here. But if you have any questions or anything, let me know, and I'll try to answer them. The beard club industry that I'm a part of, the pack, we mainly do online. We do now 2 a year. One is right around November, and the other one is we just had around St. Patrick's Day. And we're going to hold that every year, but for different charities on that one. The other charity that we do in November is for women trafficking. Uh, Cajun always has the lady. It's called Oasis House on, and the story is amazing, and what she does and how she. I'm not going to ruin it. That's where running with the pack, but how she ended up there, how she started this. So it's an amazing story. Um, Jacob, basically, I met him through running with the pack, and Cajun, those guys, and which was great. And he does lots of great work too. I know a lot of us know Jacob. Hey, Tomahawk, how you doing? Thank you for coming in here. And I don't know. Hang on. I think I missed Maddie. Sorry if I did. But okay, sorry. I don't know how you do this, Amber.
You'll get used to it, I promise. It gets easier.
It's oh yeah, 30 Spray J. How you doing, bud? Ray Smokey, how you doing? But yeah, try to look at everything. I'm looking at the board to make sure I'm on topic. That's right behind the computer, and looking at the chat at the same time. But so Amber, what are you up to with the recently?
Gosh, recently I've just been really busy, so I'm just trying to, I guess, kind of recollect my thoughts to see how I want to uh go forward, I guess, is kind of something, what direction do I want to go? Because there's so many other things that I really enjoy doing, such as like my art. It's getting to be summer, so we're going to be outside a lot more. So just trying to figure out how to split up my time where I can, do things online and have my streaming stuff, as well as some of the other things that I enjoy, and maybe incorporate a little bit of everything. So that's really been it as far as that goes. I've been, working on, I can show these like fun little
Yep.
little scratchy thingies that I've been doing. So I've done some of those, and I just
It's so
made
nice.
some patterns for some other ones that I want to do. But outside of that, it's just kind of been just kind of relaxing and just kind of collecting myself. So kind of recentering myself,
Which is
I
good.
guess.
Which is good. You got to keep your mind busy, and you
Yes.
go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Yes. No,
But
I do. I mean, I
yeah,
have to stay busy. So yeah, because I'll come home and I'll like start in on something, and Kevin's like, "Why don't you sit down and rest?" And I'm like, "Rest?" I'm like, "If I sit down, I'm done." It's like I may be sitting, but I'm still doing things. So it's like I'm resting, but I'm resting on my own terms. So yeah, but really,
yeah,
really quick
it's tough to kind of do. Oh, your thing just fell out. That's awesome. uh, but yeah, you always got to do something to keep your mind going. My work schedule, which is backing down now. That's why I wanted to start doing some lives. They so I'll have Saturdays and Sundays off, which is good, and I got to find something to do now. Like you said, the weather's coming, so I'll be outside too a lot, and getting things ready out there and making the house look better than it does right now.
That's like a never-ending
But
battle, right?
yeah, you got to keep your mind sharp and go from there. Yeah, yeah, and my daughter, she plays softball, so this is her senior year. So we're gonna have a lot of stuff going on with her, which is um, nice. And then I have my son who is going to be is a sophomore. I'm sorry, is a sophomore. So we'll have a year of rest, and then we'll go right through it again.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's nice, and everybody's hopefully going to take advantage of being outside, enjoying everything. Not that I don't love being on YouTube here with everybody, but hopefully we can meet a lot of people at comps. I'm really, I am looking at the West Virginia one. I told Chris Hall I have a room there. I said I'm 95%. You never know what happens with my work, but I said I'm 95% there. So hopefully I'll be able to put my vacation time in, and nobody will bump me out of the time in June. And then I'm looking at the Buckeye Beer Battle, and I know there's a lot of folks going there, and so hopefully I get to meet some of you wonderful people face to face.
I definitely look forward to meeting people at some point in time, whether it's at Worlds or another comp or another meetup or anything like that. Definitely would love to spend some time with so many people. I mean, just great people in the community, and people that over the last year, and gosh, it's been a year and like 4 months now. Have really built some really amazing friendships, I feel like. So definitely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know Kev just did his yeared,
Hmm.
um, so which is awesome. Uh, I've been all kinds of different facial hair for the last 10 years. I don't ever let it just grow. I'm trimming. I don't like sleeping on it, just waking up in your armpit and ripping it out. So I kind of keep it at a level.
I do that with my hair. Kevin lays on my hair and rips it out,
And
so it's
so,
okay.
but yeah, it's just I don't like that, and it basically um, he made frenemies. Frenemies. You talking about Brewer, Kev? But yeah, it's just I keep it at a certain length. My sides never grow in that well, so that's why I kind of went to the goatee style. Uh, actually, I just asked Dan C. I don't know if I'll be on Beard Advice Live or not, but I was using horrible products, horrible or nothing. So I asked him, do you think, because I feel the difference with this, with all the good products I have now. Um, so I asked him, do you think maybe I have an old picture, an old picture of my sides? That's the only one I could find. And I told him, do you think that with the better product now, that maybe my sides would come in better? So we'll see what he says on that. I'm assuming he's going to say yeah.
Yeah, I would say
But
so. I
with the
mean,
color,
how old are you, Baker, if you don't mind me asking?
oh man, you want my age?
Well,
Uh,
I mean, give me a roundabout.
I, I'm 52.
You're 52? I would have never guessed
Yeah.
that you were 52, by the way. So, yeah. So, I mean, and Kevin did not really start trying to grow his beard until until November of 23. He had tried a couple times, but never really got past that 4 or 5 week mark. And so I always tell people, it's like, let it grow. I mean, give it a chance, because we had no clue that he had that kind of growth. I actually posted a picture of him. It may have been before you came along. I'll have to see if I can find it really fast. But of his like beard growth journey. And I mean, it's just like crazy how much it has changed from the time like he was in his 20s, 30s, and then his 40s. Because like I said, he'll be 48 this year, right, Kev? Yeah, I think 48 this year. I think. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, we would have never known that what he could grow. So you would be surprised, especially if you haven't tried to grow it out in a while, what you have. So
it basically, it's been a year since I did it. So I let it grow, the beard, for about 4 or 5 years. I was a goatee before that, smaller goatee. I was like the typical, I guess. And then I said the same thing. Let me see what I can kind of do. So basically, I seen it, and when I was a little bit younger, my hair was darker, kind of, and you could see the gray kind of here. So it's grayer comes through here. So with that and the bad products, basically, I just said enough. I said, I'm just shaving it. So it's been a year since I've been this goatee.
Wow. Trying to go back to see, because I found that one, but it's got him like in his 20s. I'm trying to find something like in his 30s, but I don't know if I find anything like close.
Knuckle dragger. Kevin Chris.
Mentally 14 forever. Yeah, that's definitely true. So true.
But yeah, I mean, these companies, you can see some of them here, True North over here. It just, I just recently, and this is Babe Blunts, I have eczema on my legs, and I was talking to him, and I ordered that salve, and now this is only 3 days. This is 3 days. It feels nice, So, it was great to kind of meet up with him with that. But I'm hoping for the long run. Short weather's coming. You got to get in the shorts, so I get that taken care of and stuff. So, it would, so the all natural product, and he was interested in my diagnosis and all that stuff. So he's looking forward to see how it works for me. He made it for family members, and it worked for them. So it's good to know, Chris.
I don't know. I'm going to try to share this really quick and see if it works. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Try whatever you want.
All right. So this here, I guess you'll have to put it up there, I'm going to guess.
Yep.
Okay.
I see it.
Yep. So this picture here, the kids, would have been, Hunter would have been, this was in 2005. So, and you can see, he's got some growth, but he doesn't have like near, like he's in his early 30s here. And then I'll stop sharing this one, and then let me go find another one here. And then like this here. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I'm not even looking at chat. And then this here, You can kind of see like back when he was like a kid, basically. Oh wow, hello. Um, Gosh darn it. Sorry. It's like doesn't want to play nice. But yeah, I mean, you can see here, like he was like in his 20s here.
Yeah.
And then like here, he was just like probably 19. But you know, who would have thought that will, you know, that would have come in like that, you know, because like I said, even like I said, in his 30s, we never knew that, you know, he had what he had because I know that he had tried.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel good underneath. I've learned that. Even just, like with me not even using a good wash on it, I know the difference now. Like I would break out and stuff just using the, store bought, um, whatever shampoo was in there.
mhm.
I just basically, it just, I probably would have cut mine off too if I didn't find, it just better product, better beard, better life. I mean, seriously.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing because you know he started growing in November of 23, and you know started getting that, you know, itchiness, whatever. And that's when he found the community and found ANC and stuff like that. So then started actually using good product, you know, but gosh, for probably the first month and a half, he hadn't been using, you know, good product. And so,
Yeah.
you know, he kind of asked, or you know, it was kind of like, you know, if I were to start over, how would that feel? Well, we got to April of last year, and whenever he shaved, he had what, 4.5 months growth, and shaved it. Instantly regretted it, but it's like because we tried to trim it, well, then he didn't like it, and then shaved it, and then really didn't like it. But you know, it's amazing what quality products and just understanding how to take care of your beard works and how it helps.
Yeah. I know. Hey, Melissa, I want to say hello before I forget. Kevin was talking about the Copper John hair serum,
Mhm.
which I just started doing myself. I have it, and I think that's where I'm kind of going to start with the
Mhm.
sides here. I'm just going to kind of use that a lot, and of course the oil, that whatever is left over. Um, but I'm gonna see how that works. I mean, I haven't done it in a year, so I'm hoping if not, then it's just my genetics that
Yeah, and
doesn't
he
want
has
me to have
literally
side.
used the growth serum almost every day since it released, what, last May, I think is whenever it came out. And he has used it almost every single day, at least a dropper's full. So,
Yeah, yeah. I started. I know some people, but what I have on the sides is a week's growth. All
mhm.
right, I stopped shaving, so it's not much. You can't even see it, but I've been using that with it.
You know,
Uh,
and something else to think about, Baker, on that is let it grow, because what you have up top will kind of cover up where it's sparse. And so it will kind of fill in itself too.
yeah,
So you kind of got to let it, you know, you got to give it a chance to grow and to, you know, get past that kind of awkward, patchy stage to where it will actually kind of grow over and cover those spots. So
it's kind of weird. Like like I haven't had that weird stage. I mean, we all have kind of different weird stages. I have a little thing here and stuff like that. But what I'm like, when you first start growing, weird stage,
yeah.
it's weird that I have that feeling now.
Right. It's just kind of different because you have like, you know, growth, and then you have like more, you know,
Yeah,
shorter hair, which, you know, I know that I think Jacob, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still in here, he had chops for a long time and then grew in like the middle again, if I remember correctly. So he kind of went through that, you know, awkward kind of stage as well. If I remember correctly, like when we first, I think early on, came into the community, I think I could be wrong though, But I think
I'm
that's what that was.
I'm thinking
Yep.
you're
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I've known Jacob a couple of years. I believe that,
Mhm.
he did it for a charity, I believe.
Okay. See, I got good memory about things that really don't. I don't want to say they don't matter. They do matter, Jacob, because it matters. But it's like useless information.
Yeah, there he is. He did. He
So
was.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Chris, he's
it's
not. He's out in the garage.
I may, not that I like the length of where I'm at, but I may, until that kind of fills in and stuff like that, I may have to go through something, a little trim or something. But
Mhm.
it's all good because I know it's going to come back and it's going to come stronger.
Yeah. And like Melissa said, I think that just kind of letting yourself get through those awkward stages, I really think we are our own worst critics in every way possible. You know how that is, Baker. I mean,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I mean, I know that, from work, from my art, from anything that I've ever done. And you just have to just, like everyone says, take a step back from the mirror and just let it go, because you know what? There's people out there that would love to have what the growth that you have,
hmm
and just rock it. And then once you get it so long and you're like, really, nope, this isn't working for me, then make that decision. But give it a
yeah,
chance to grow and fill in, for sure.
yeah. You're right about that. Like, I um I stare at the mirror, and I underneath my lip. I had an issue and stuff like that, and now I just use the heated brush. It comes out, looks good for a while, and then I jump on a forklift and I go 20 miles an hour, and it's up into my lip.
Right,
So
right.
I learned just whatever it goes, it goes. I mean, it. I was just at the barber right before this stream, and the people in there are like staring at me. A lot of younger kids, and Mike, he has a handlebar mustache. He's the barber, and we started talking about, he's thinking about going to Worlds, and not competing, just to meet people and stuff like that. And all the kids are kind of looking at us like, and they're all clean shaven, and they're kind of looking like, hey, can I do something like that?
It was funny. Kevin had to come in and have a test done at the hospital a couple weeks ago, and I went out and met him and just kind of sat out in the waiting room whenever he was waiting to have his test. And there was a couple older gentlemen sitting there, and Kevin and I walked up, and they literally like stopped. I mean, what they were doing,
Yeah.
what they were talking, and didn't stare, but would like take those quite quick glances and like we're afraid to talk. I don't know. It was like hilarious that that this was happening, because we were just kind of sitting there and we was just chit chatting, and you just notice it, just like when we're going to Walmart and you just notice people like avoiding you.
Yeah.
It's just so odd. Oh, Chris.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I get like too, like, I'll see, um, somebody like brewer, length. There's not too many people around here, but there's this one guy at work, and he's got a similar like beard brewer, a little bit grayer, but he shaved a year ago, and he's at brewer stage. I said, "Are you eating fertilizer?" I mean, I could not believe it. He shaved for his wedding, and a year later, he has something like brewer on his face.
Wow.
I didn't even think that's possible.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've seen some people like post and like,
But
like this is like their 8 month or 9th month or whatever. I'm like, wow. I mean, and they even have like, I feel like grown longer than what Kevin's have,
pretty
which
sure
I
crack
will
guy.
say, when Kevin was growing his beard, we did like his underbeard like was growing faster than like up the front. And so I would actually not trim it like down to the skin, but just like keep it to where it was like even. So I mean, he would actually have more length overall if we hadn't have done that. But we wanted it to grow in even looking, because it just had like this awkward different length to it, which kind of bothered him. So I was like, well, we can make a compromise and just shave that. But I mean, it was just, that minimal, like here, and then whatever grows on his neck was just a little bit further. So we would just like square that up basically. So.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I think my internet's lagging a little bit. So
I mean, I know
don't
that
know
we're
if
still
I'm
getting
breaking
tons of rain
up or
everywhere
not,
too.
but trying to check it out. All right. But yeah, it's like I said, the products and all that stuff. If I knew about that, I probably wouldn't have done nothing to my beard, and I probably would have just tried product and see how well it went in.
When did you start using, I guess, like beard products, like quality beard products?
It hasn't been a year yet.
Oh wow. Okay.
I I'm gonna say where I kind of got into it was the Beard of Respect with Tara and Chris in the Mask. I say that all the time about how I kind of saw True North, and that was from Dan C.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was right around October, maybe, or something like that last
Yeah,
year.
because that would have been the Halloween, around
So I
Halloween. Yeah.
probably saw Dan C. September, and then I started searching for products in. So that's
Okay.
where it kind of went. And my first products, good products, I believe. I'm looking at the bottles. I'm going to say True North, Irish Goodbye because of Jacob. Oh, no, Midnight Mass. It was Midnight Mass because of Brewer.
Okay.
So I thought I ordered the oil, but I just ordered the butter. I just recently bought the oil. But yeah, that was my first, yeah.
Well, that's that. I mean, and now it's like you've bought it, now you're
Crazy.
hooked. So.
You think? That's
Oh
not
gosh.
like your fridge, but
Well,
but yeah, I
well, it's
mean,
a couple boxes because not everything will fit in the fridge.
So I'm basically going to start winding down because I don't want to miss Santa Tom, and
Okay.
I told Amber this was going to be short and sweet.
It's good. I'm here. I gotcha.
All right, I just look in and see if I missed anything. Hey, Lauren, that's somebody from my club there.
Dave, that is
I don't think
very
I missed
true.
anything else, but
Me being able to help Kevin trim, and that took me some confidence on myself to do that, to take that on, because I was so afraid that I was going to mess it up. But it's like we literally live in the middle of nowhere where there is nothing, and so it's like either you do it yourself or you're going to have to travel and pay a lot of money. So I just just little by little, and then I done that huge beard trim on my son whenever he was home for spring break even, and I just do it and just take a little off at a time, so it makes a big difference.
awesome. Yeah, it does. But yeah, so everybody, please check out Amber, her newsletter, and Santa Tom coming up next. I want to be a Santa, so please take a look at that. I appreciate everybody Thank you again. And we'll head out of here. Thank you again,
All right.
all.
Well, thanks for having me on.